Introducing Muddbone from Muscle Shoals. They just got done doing this song here at the Muscle Shoals Road to Nashville, a Jerry Phillips show. And there was a competition tonight for to play for Kevin Worley at the Big Bend River Fest. What do you feel about the experience of that tonight?
We had fun.
We had fun.
And that's what we came here to do.
Yep, rock and blues among all the country.
Yeah, we had fun.
Not country pickers, for sure.
Well, I noticed that y'all were one of the bands with original music and stuff. And how long y'all been writing your songs now? And
Since before the beginning.
Yeah, we've been writing together for about 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, writing together original stuff.
Who writes most of your music? You, any one of you, or all of you?
We all contribute.
Yeah. Mostly Donnie and I. Sometimes Donnie will write a song. He'll bring it out to the studio at the house. We'll do the arrangement on it. I might do the lyrics on it. Donnie come up with a riff, or I'll come up with a riff. Donnie will put lyrics to it. Some of them Donnie writes completely himself. Some of them I've written by myself, you know. But either way, we both do the arrangement on it, and we both breathe life into it. Those songs wouldn't be what they are without us doing it together and putting it together with our arrangement, because that's the reason that when our fans request a song, it is because they've heard it, they know it, and then when we do a song, the few covers that we do, they know it's us when we do it, because we bone it.
You got that Muscle Shoals sound along with the, and you named Muddbone off the two bands. What were the name of them? Muddbone?
Comes from Muddy Waters and T-Bone Walker.
T-Bone Walker, that was it.
And what we do is we take the old Muscle Shoals groove, that the old Swampers, that funk that they created, that they invented. We took it and we're bringing it into the now by using those grooves in new original music. So we're taking the old and joining it to the now. Kind of like me and Donnie. I'm old school, he's newer school, but I understand and appreciate what he does and where he came from and where his musical abilities came from. And then at the same time, he's that way with me. He has a rare understanding of a young person of old school. So that's what makes it work, is he and I combined.
Now, we didn't actually introduce you. That's Donnie. You want to start off with yourself, what instrument you play and your name, and then we'll go to.
Yeah, Donnie Young, guitar, Ingrid, Muddbone. I mainly got into music because I like women, and alcohol's good, and I have dependence on both. So I heard that if you get no, I'm just kidding. Anyway, yeah,
I just admit that you have
I have a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I got into music growing up. I always had music around my house. Clarence Carter, Buddy Holly, all the classics. My dad was a huge Buddy Holly fan, so kind of cut my teeth on his music. Had that good driving, and then of course, you know, I got introduced to the Muscle Shoals sound, so to speak. Clarence Carter, Wilson Pickett. I mean, you name it, all the classic legends. And I was the guy that was weird in high school. Most people were jamming on rap and stuff, hip-hop and things like that. I was riding around in my Mustang listening to Patches and even Travis Walmack, Donnie Fritz, all the guys that I wrote about in the song Under the So Lead the Shows. Those are definitely my heroes. So.
Well, that's one thing that makes us work, is because I was listening to them back in the day on 8 tracks when it came out.
The old 8 tracks, I remember those.
I'm James Durham. I play bass. Been playing bass for about 2 years almost, I guess. I grew up listening to a lot of the 70s stuff Donnie's talking about. Teenager, I liked a lot of stuff like Black Sabbath, Guns N' Roses, all the old 80s hair bands. But you listen to a lot of their songs and it's the same 3 chords that are in a lot of the stuff we play. It was just glammed up a lot. bands like Pantera and stuff like that you wouldn't really associate with this kind of music. But
I put some in the off.
I also grew up listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan, Tommy Shannon. When I learned how to play bass, that's how I learned how to play bass, was listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan and trying to figure out what Tommy Shannon was doing. But
You've done,
I just like to make stuff vibrate. And bass works good for them.
my name is Robert Leon Cowan. A lot of people know me as Robert Otis Cowan. Some know me as Otis. Our bass player's got a problem, man.
Anybody know a good bass player?
The card just died.
I think he just killed over during the interview. Richard, this is the first time you've ever lost a band.
I was a biker for probably 25 years or so. All the biker community knows me as Otis. The musicians and that side of everything I do knows me as rock. So I wear a few different hats, change them out. I started school on an Indian reservation out in Arizona, and grew up all over the country. My family settled here back in '70, graduated from Russellville in '76. So like Donnie was saying, the people he was listening to in his Mustang, I was listening to the same people when it, back when it first came out and on 8 tracks, an old '66 Plymouth. So, you can hear our influences in our music. The influences come out as we write, and what makes it work so well is Donnie comes up with a riff or whatever. I know where it came from. I know what he's got in his head when he came up with that riff. So we know where each other wants to go with these things. Some of the songs we do, they can't put us in a box because some of the things we do is close to jazz. A lot of it is old school Delta blues. A lot of it is the old Muscle Shoals funk. And then, straight up, stand up, right in your face rockers. So we do it all. We're kind of a biker band. We do a lot of biker venues, that kind of thing. Of course, that's my kind of people. They're kind too. So we mostly decided, like I said, Donnie and I sat down and wrote for a year and a half before we started this, and we decided from the very beginning that we're going to have fun. Doesn't matter what, we go and play a show. Don't matter how bad things are or how bad it goes sideways. Just like tonight, we came here to have fun, and we've had fun.
Also, talking about the local music scene and everything, it's a lot of people have really put a nail in the coffin in the Muscle Shows, and it offends me personally because I see all these musicians day in and day out that are busting their humps. You're still here playing. We didn't go anywhere. The industry left, but there's still great musicians and great people still playing here. Early on, I cut my teeth on blues music, but the blues music I cut my teeth on early on was Max Russell. Very first time I ever heard a slide guitar was I went and seen Max Russell play, and it was a solo gig, and he pulled out the acoustic, just started sliding, and I was just amazed. I was like, what is this music? I had to dig deeper into the Delta blues because I was just amazed at what Max done. I always hold Max in high esteem, and I can't say enough good things about what he's done for the music industry.
Max is times.
And I actually started with Max Russell and then went and found the Robert Johnsons and the T-Bone Walkers of the world. So Max, appreciate it, man.
We really appreciate what you guys did tonight. That was a good show. I'm going to get the videos up, and I appreciate you guys taking the time out to do the interview with me.
Thank you,
And
Richard.
peace and love. And
Hey, while we're on that subject, man, your tops too.
thanks.
Thank you,
We think
Richard.
world of you. Always have.
Richard, you have done more. We have publications here. We have a major newspaper here, and they claim to write articles about the musicians and stuff, but no one has done more for the local music scene than you, brother. And I'm telling you that from the bottom of my heart.
Thanks.
You've done more for the bands around here, and you gave us all absolute respect, and that's something that every musician we fight so hard for is respect, because it's easy to be a critic. It's
Well,
very easy.
I love to see what the musicians start doing, and it's not just me, it's all, you plant the seeds out there, and then all of a sudden you're seeing the seeds starting to grow here and there. And it don't matter who gets to show up, if everybody works together in this area, instead of fighting each other to say who's better or who's not better or who did more than the other, this area will grow to what you guys want it to grow to. And that's what, I love to see that so many people are starting to work together. And yeah, I see people today that still cut down even what I'm doing, thinking that they can do it better, so they went and get them out there. So
That's what I'm doing, man.
I just try to do what I can do.
Well, we
But-
appreciate, definitely, because I know you've always did the interview with bands, and I know, like, Max is, of course, a good friend and a big fan of yours, and, I mean, Muddbone, we're huge fans of yours. We love what you write, we love what you do for the music industry.
Yeah, Max is a good interviewer too.
Oh, yeah.
He knows the question. Oh yeah, he always asks you, what song did y'all grow up on the radio? So you told most of it. So, all right, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot,
My
Muddbone.
testicles itch.
Bye.